speaker, Mayor David Black, would you get something for us to say today, please? Got ahead of myself here.
Thank you very much. Weren't the serenaders great?
Yes.
You just listen to the words in all of their songs, and yet faith, yet patriotism, you heard the heart of every one of the service rangers. I don't think anything else needs to be said. That could be the speaker if you just listen to the words. So thank you for sharing that. I'm not musical at all. My wife is a musician, and so I get a little bit of an appreciation to their hard work by living through my wife. And I'm also not a veteran, but my father was in the Navy and my son's a combat engineer in the Army. And so live a little bit of it through them as well. So whether it's appreciating music or appreciating the veterans, I live it through other people. But I want to specifically thank the Papillion American Legion. It's the civic organizations, volunteerism, and giving back that make for a really healthy community. And the active members of Post 32, you guys represent all of that. So thank you for what you do to make Papillion a healthy community. We really, really appreciate it. Papillion's also a military community, and we're proud of that. Any chance I have to go out and speak, I always try to point out that we are a military community, and we're very, very proud of that. So I want to thank everybody for coming out here and helping celebrate and honor, not necessarily celebrate, but honor those who have served, those who have fought, those who are missing, and those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. This is to honor all of them. It's been for our freedom, so I want to thank you for that. Most people know that Veterans Day started out as Armistice Day at the end of World War I. And at that point, it was set aside to honor and remember the brave men and women who did give their all. And that was supposed to be of the war that ended all wars. Unfortunately, we know since then there's been a number of wars and conflicts, and a lot of others have sacrificed since that point. A lot of brave men and women as well. And we know now Memorial Day is the day that's been set aside to remember those who have died. Veterans Day has been set aside now as a tribute to all American veterans, whether they're living, whether they're dead, whether it was in peacetime or whether it was in conflict. And so we are here to honor all veterans. This is the great country. Pastor Slaughter said it's the greatest country in the world, and I believe that as well. And it's been the veterans that have defended the Constitution and the freedoms of that great country. So thank you. And I want to pray that we continue to be a thankful country for those sacrifices and freedoms that we have, and it's been the veterans that have given it to us. And so as we gather to honor all of our heroes from those conflicts, I'm reminded of not just what they gave, but also what their families gave. Families, I think they're the unsung heroes in conflicts and in war. So to the families of the veterans, we honor you as well. As I think of all of the generations that have sacrificed, I think of what that means to my generation, my children's generation, and now my grandson's generation. We have to recognize and support what we need to do now to continue to fight for what's been entrusted to us, and we need to continue to sacrifice. And my fear is we may be losing that, and so I can thank the American Legion for helping us remember, because I think that's critical for our future. In closing, I do just want to say that I hope and pray that we do not forget our sacrifice. As you leave here today, take a moment, drive down to Polk and Lincoln Street. Look up and you'll see a road sign. It's a little emotional for me because I've been involved in both of these. You'll see a name up there, Army First Lieutenant Mark Maziska. Mark gave his life just a couple of years ago for our freedom. Drive down, look at that sign, remember the sacrifices. Drive down to Park Drive in Rousseau Court. You'll see another sign. You'll see another name. Army Specialist Joseph Semper. He gave his life after Mark gave his life, again, for our freedoms. Those are just two names, but they're very recent names and they're very real names. We know all through this community there's been names from World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. We could have street signs all over this city. Unfortunately, we don't. We can't fix the past, but we can continue to honor and remember, and at least recent sacrifices, we can honor those. So take time to drive around the community and notice those. Also, drive over to by Fricky Field on Monroe and Halleck. Just this last Friday, the American Legion was a very big part of this, along with the Papillion Garden Club and the Junior Women's Club. We now have the newest Blue Star Memorial in the state of Nebraska in the park over there. The Blue Star Memorial was specifically set aside to honor all armed forces who have defended our freedoms. So I just want to raise the 2 street signs and the Blue Star Memorial just as a reminder that at least for this community, we want very real civic reminders of the hard work and the sacrifice of all of our veterans. We don't want to forget. We don't want just 1 or 2 days a year to be our remembrance. We want it to be every single day as people are out driving around. So again, I just want to, along with those simple reminders, specifically thank the Papillion American Legion for what you do to help keep those remembrances alive. And to all of our veterans, I just want to do a simple thank you and say on behalf of the City of Papillion, we honor you.